Senator Mike Busolo says he will propose a bill to purchase 9 Minnesota counties. Parker Brown gathered more reactions, and he has that story tonight.
I'm at the South Dakota-Minnesota border, but there's some people who want this sign to say Iowa on it. And just a few years earlier, there was proposals to move this border further inland and have most of Minnesota become South Dakota. And it really makes you wonder, what do we even make of all this business of trying to move state lines?
With the intent to grow Iowa, Mike Busolo brought the idea to buy Minnesota counties into the public discussion. People are talking about the pros and cons, but at the same time, many Minnesotans, like Laverne Mayor Patrick Bastian, dismiss it as a political stunt.
I think it's a politician that's just trying to make a statement and trying to make a name for himself going forward, and this will pass.
USD political science professor emeritus Michael Card says that political polarization certainly plays a role in these ideas. The proposition to make Minnesota Iowa again seemed to come out of left field, but it's not the only one in the last few years. Bills to have Minnesota counties join South Dakota have made waves. Eastern Oregon intends to join what they call Greater Idaho. And Indiana Republicans intend to explore redrawing boundaries with Illinois.
This has been greatly amplified by partisan politics and especially factional politics. And it's a real urban-rural split. We see these factions really differentiating themselves.
There are plenty of questions about how and if these changes can happen.
This is going to involve a lot more complications than what we're dealing with. There is a constitutional prohibition against creating one state out of another state. I'm not sure how that would be interpreted by the current Supreme Court, but before you get to that point, you have to have a cause of action.
Everyone has their own opinions on moving the boundary. Bastian says his city is against it.
Of all the people that I've talked to and seen posts on social media, it was pretty much overwhelming. Over my dead body, no way, no, we're not going to even think about it. Basically, no, we are Minnesota.
Even if it's constitutional and legal, it still would take a lot for moving this state line in any direction to happen. It would have to go through a lot of people, so it's still a good idea to keep an eye on this trend, but it likely won't happen. At the South Dakota-Minnesota border, Parker Brown, Dakota News Now.